This week's Torah portion, Teitzei, presents us immediately with an issue related to the basic foundation of the human condition. Teitzei la milchama al oivecha, when you go to war against your enemy. When we read the entire first paragraph of the portion, we're presented with what seems to be an advance over other societies in how war is waged. But if we look more carefully, we understand that God is recognizing that at the very heart of who we are as people, we will instinctively think that we need to go to war against somebody else. Because the first word is when you go to war, not if you go to war, but when. Reinforcing the message that it is inevitable that we will have enemies and that we will be fighting with our enemies. It seems as if that's a pretty depressing reflection of who we are as people. It is one thing that God recognizes that we are imperfect people, but it's something else for us to realize that God realizes that about us. Is there no way for us to rise above that? Is there no way for us to see elsewhere in the Torah that maybe we can be better people than at the heart wanting to fight other people? We remember that back in Leviticus, Ve'ahavta l'reyecha kamocha, love your neighbor as you would want to be loved yourself. And so we have that law in the Torah, so what can we do to rise above this inevitability of war? So the second half of that first sentence, Unetano Adonai Elohecha biyadecha, God gives it into your hand. Literally, it's about the enemy. God will present the enemy to us so that we will be able to succeed and win and be triumphant in battle. But on the other hand, we could understand it more homiletically that God gives us the power. God gives it into our hands to control our human condition. We can, if we don't do anything, then we are who we are, weak, imperfect people. But if we use the laws of the covenant and our relationship with God, then we can rise above it and aspire to loving your neighbor as you would be loved. Shabbat Shalom.